In the hustle and bustle of giving and getting, it's so easy to overlook the true meaning of Christmas. But this year, let's come home to the heart of what Christmas is all about.
Ho, 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 ho! Come in and know me better, man! Ho, 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 ho! Wow! What's this?
This is the North Pole.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. Where's the snow?
Isn't it a little big?
It's not big, it's just full.
Dad, that's like what's in our yard.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
May this be a blessed Christmas for you, with Jesus Christ in your heart and life.
Merry Christmas and welcome to the Establishing Shot, a podcast where we do deep dives into directors and their filmographies. I am your host, Eli Price, and we are here on episode 120 of the podcast. We are obviously in a bit of a slump, a bit of a break right now. Finished a long, arduous series going through the filmography of Steven Spielberg. And I've kind of been on a hiatus. Life has been busy. I've had a lot going on. I wanted to do some other fun special episodes to kind of end the year, and I just haven't been able to get to that. So sorry to listeners out there who may have been wondering where we've been. I haven't really been active on social media either. Yeah, it's just been a crazy season, busy season, but I do plan on keeping the podcast going. Might just be a little bit more sporadic for a bit until I can get a new kind of solid schedule going. But we are back for a special Christmas episode. If you couldn't tell, I am here in my living room in front of our Christmas tree. If you're watching on Spotify or on YouTube, and yeah, I guess like this is my promo part. If you didn't know, you can support the podcast to keep it going. There's a lot of costs involved with being an independent podcaster, website, having a recording studio, a virtual recording studio to kind of record these episodes and edit them, buying the Blu-rays with special features so that we can watch those and get more details into the movies that we cover in our main series. There's a lot of costs that kind of go into maintaining and keeping it going. And so I would love for you to support the podcast if you can. You can go to establishingshotpod.com and you can find in the menu there where to donate in different tiers with different perks. One of the perks leads us to the episode for today, which is that if you support the podcast, you get to choose a movie each year that I will review. And so I had a few people that support the podcast that had not sent me a movie all year. So I reached out and said, hey, send me a Christmas movie that you want me to cover. And I'll do kind of a special end of the year episode where I review a few Christmas movies picked by some of my supporters. So that's what we are doing today. I have 3 movies chosen by 3 different supporters of the podcast. And yeah, it'll be fun. I kind of have 3 very different movies in a way to cover today. So that's kind of my promo. Support the podcast if you can. You'll get to pick movies for me to review on special episodes like this. I have not announced my next series. That's the next bit of news to cover. I have not announced that yet. I have a good idea of who I want to do for my next director series, but I'm not announcing it yet because, like I said, life has been crazy. I don't want to get too ahead of myself as far as that goes, but you should be hearing about it maybe in the new year. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But go rate, review the podcast on Apple and Spotify especially, but wherever you listen would be a huge help. It helps the visibility of the podcast, helps new people find it. Share stuff on social media for the podcast. Share it with your friend. Word of mouth is a great way to share podcasts. I would greatly appreciate it. Give the gift of a new podcast to your friends and family this Christmas season. But with all that aside, and no further delay, let's get into our movies that we're going to cover. So I am here in my living room with my cup of hot chocolate that I'm going to take a sip of now. Got a good slurp in there for the audio listeners, but we are going to cover a few movies picked by supporters. The first movie that we're going to cover is the animated movie The Star that came out in 2017. Now, this is directed by Timothy Reckert, is how I'm going to pronounce his last name. Doesn't have a whole lot of directing on his resume, a little bit of visual effects stuff. But yeah, this is an interesting movie. It is it is basically a nativity movie. It is a movie that kind of like fictionalizes a story around the nativity story, the story of the birth of Jesus. So, of course, you have Mary and Joseph. You have some animals that talk. That's kind of it's kind of like the point of view of the animals, I guess, is kind of like the gimmick of the movie, the kind of, I guess, thing that makes it, a unique story, I guess. You have a little bit of like an extra plot going on with Herod and this kind of Roman soldier hitman that he's sent out with these dogs to hunt down Mary and Joseph and kill this new king that's supposed to be born. And so, yeah, it's interesting. So you have some big names attached to this. Stephen Yin plays the main character, Bo, who is a donkey. And you have Zachary Levi voicing Joseph, Keegan-Michael Key, Kelly Clarkson, Chris Christopherson, Ving Rhames, Gabriel Iglesias popping up, Christopher Plummer, Tyler Perry, Tracy Morgan, Oprah Winfrey, Mariah Carey. I mean, you have a lot of big names voicing characters in this. And so, it's I believe it was made by Sony Animation. And I guess that's where I'll start. The voice acting, it's fine. It's also a lot of good voice actors and celebrities, and the voice acting, is fine. The animation, I don't know how I felt about it. It was kind of like it was. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not. It was a little off-putting at times. There's just something about the animation style. It's like this. It's like this realism, but with like very expressive character faces. And I don't know, there were times where, like, this is 2017, so it's kind of before the AI craze, but there was like some serious like AI vibes at certain points. Yeah, I don't know if I like this animation style. I'm not sure what other movies might be similar. I'm kind of pulling up I mean, not really any of the other Sony animation movies. I mean, Spider-Verse was such revolutionary as far as its animation goes. K-pop Demon Hunters is very different from this. The Mitchells versus the Machines has a bit of a different feel as far as the animation goes. I guess the closest thing might be Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs as far as stuff that Sony Animation has done, or maybe Hotel Transylvania. As far as the animation style, it's just not my favorite. It just looks weird to me. So that was one thing that was hard for me to like get past, is just I don't enjoy this animation style a whole lot. So that was hard for me to get past. And then I don't know, like, I know my aunt is the one of my aunts is the one that picked this movie. Apparently it is one of my cousin's favorite Christmas movies, and I hate to break it to them, but I didn't go for this movie. It was a bit boring. It was a bit of a slog. There was like, I don't know, there wasn't enough happening at any given moment to really like move the plot along. It has a lot of jokes that kind of, I don't know, they're like kind of like elbow your neighbor, like haha kind of like jokes, like referencing maybe stuff in the Bible. Like, I mean, the donkey and the lamb he runs into are named Bo and Boaz. Bo for short, and Ruth. It's kind of like, oh yeah, hey, Ruth and Boaz. And then like just some like there's some goofy slapstick stuff that's like, it's fine. I don't know. And then like there was a whole lot of I don't know, like the reveal of Mary revealing to Joseph that she was pregnant was a bit like anticlimactic and awkward. And I mean, it would be awkward in real life, but not in this way. It was the way, like, I don't know, it was just weird. There's a lot of weird stuff like that through the movie. And I think just overall, like, I just couldn't get into what they did with the story. Like, I wasn't buying any of it. It was, and then again, like I said, it just really didn't move. Like it was like you were on a journey to Bethlehem going through the movie. And so, you know, it's fine. Like it's got its like, you know, magical Christmas moments, I guess, when, you know, everyone comes together at the end and the baby Jesus is born and all the animals are there and everyone's happy. Like, I mean, like you feel happy that, you know, the big bad Roman soldier didn't get Mary and Joseph, but I don't know. And then I don't know. It was hard for me to really get into this movie. So sorry I didn't like this a whole lot to the people that suggested it, but and maybe others that enjoy this movie. I just couldn't get into it. It's just not for me. I don't mind trying to do something creative with a nativity story, but this just didn't do it for me. And so, yeah, that is The Star from 2017. That is the first movie that I'm covering. I've got two more. So the second movie that I'm going to talk about was suggested by my other aunt, another aunt that supports the podcast. So shout out to y'all. Yeah, this movie is from 2003. It is Eloise at Christmastime, directed by Kevin Lima, of Enchanted and Tarzan and A Goofy Movie fame. Even 102 Dalmatians with Glenn Close as Cruella de Vil, directed that. You know, he's got some good stuff under his belt. I don't remember 102 Dalmatians a whole lot, but I know I watched it in my childhood. But the other three, great movies, you know, Enchanted, Tarzan, Goofy Movie, great movies. And this really, like, I think this movie kind of captured the feel of that era of movies really well. Eloise at Christmastime was, I believe it was a TV movie release in 2003. I think Eloise at the Plaza. These are based on a book series, Eloise book series, but I believe Eloise at the Plaza was also a TV movie release that same year in 2003. But this Eloise at Christmastime, I felt like I was like going back in time to my childhood watching this movie. It felt very like the movie that I kept like thinking of that I watched over and over in my childhood was Dunstan Checks In with the boy in the hotel and his monkey friend that he makes and named Dunstan. But that it was reminding me of like, it was giving me Dunstan Checks In, Richie Rich, blank check kind of vibes. And that's like super nostalgic for me. Those were like the movies that like we had on VHS and watched over and over in my childhood. So just that alone, it had that going for it. But then just like Sophia, let me see this last name, Sophia Vasileva, who plays Eloise, Eloise is I think she's like 8 in the movie, the character is. And yeah, this Sophia girl like plays her so good. There's a lot of like winking at the camera. It's kind of this plot where like Eloise, kind of like the 8-year-old, runs this hotel behind the scenes sort of thing. It's got that vibe. And, you know, she's involved in all the affairs of all the various workers throughout the hotel. She's trying to figure out what she's getting for Christmas from her mom and if her mom's going to be home in time for Christmas. And then there's the hotel manager, like the head guy at the hotel. His daughter is going to get married to this guy and she's suspicious of it. And there's this past love with one of her best friends at the hotel who's like a waiter at the hotel. And she's trying to like hook them up. The manager's daughter hooked back up with the old love instead of this guy that she's suspicious of. So you've got that sort of plot going on. There's like a will they, won't they, and Eloise meddling and trying to hook them up. And you've got Julie Andrews playing the nanny of Eloise. And Julie Andrews is always lovely. So it was fun to see her. And I enjoy, like, it's not like this was the best Christmas movie ever or anything, but I mean, it's New York at the plaza at Christmas time. And so you've got the Christmas vibes going strong. And then on top of that, you have the kind of 90s, early 2000s nostalgia for me, which is, my childhood. And so it's got that going for it. And so it's just the best way I could describe it in my millennial language is that it just has really great vibes, great Christmas vibes, great nostalgic vibes. Uh, you know, I I like a good like kid winking at the camera when it's done well, which I feel like it is here. And this is just, it's saying she's 6 years old. Okay, so she's the same age as my son. I thought she was 8, but 6. Sure, I don't know. It's just it's kind of like a lovely little movie, like a charming little movie that I enjoyed. I would recommend checking this out. I think it's streaming on Amazon Prime, which The Star, by the way, I think is streaming on Netflix if you want to check that out and see if you like it more than I did, which you very well might. But yeah, I would actually recommend Eloise at Christmastime. I had a good time with it. Me and my wife watched it together, and we loved watching Eloise meddle in the affairs of everyone in the hotel at Christmas time. And, you know, good happy ending and everything that you expect is going to happen based on the plot mechanisms does happen, as you should expect in a movie like this. But there's something, I guess, comforting about just seeing what's coming and knowing it's going to happen and then it happening. There's something like very like cozy and comforting about that. That's perfect for a Christmas movie. So yeah, I definitely recommend Eloise at Christmastime. Good recommendation there. So they're the two ants in battle. One wins. She knows who she is. I'm not going to say it, but they'll battle again, I'm sure. The last movie that I will be reviewing, very different. We're going to the other end of the spectrum here. The Star and Eloise at Christmastime. Kid friendly, very much like not really debatable that they're Christmas movies. Now we're going from rated G and PG to the other end of the spectrum, to the R side. And we're going to talk about John McTiernan's Die Hard from 1988. Is it a Christmas movie? I don't really know why it's a debate. Like, it is a Christmas movie. Like, is it a action cop movie? Also, yes. But I don't understand why that keeps it from being Christmas. Christmas is not a genre. Christmas is a vibe, a theme, a setting. And so, I don't know that like Christmas, like you're not going to find a Christmas genre on IMDb or Letterboxd because it's not really a genre. It's a category. And I think Die Hard fits. You have comedy Christmas movies. You have drama Christmas movies. You can have action Christmas movies. I mean, Die Hard it's got Santas, it's got a Christmas party as the setting, it's got Christmas music in the soundtrack, you've got characters using Merry Christmas as like catchphrases. Yeah, you've got, a dead body sent down in the elevator that says ho 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 on the note with dressed in the Santa costume to kind of intimidate the bad guys. I don't really know what else you want to call this a Christmas movie because I think it is. And then on top of that, like, you've got Christmas themes. You've got coming home to see family and a broken family situation. And hey, we got to figure this thing out. Let's get back together at Christmas time and become a family again. You've got those vibes going too. So I don't really know what people want what more could you ask for this to be a Christmas movie? It's a Christmas movie. Die Hard. I don't know why people hate Bruce Willis and hate John McTiernan so much that they want to take the Christmas movie away from him. Now, I know people are going to say that Bruce Willis said this is not a Christmas movie. Well, guess what? Actors don't get to decide what kind of movie a movie is. They act in it. They do their job. Bruce Willis, love the guy. It's a Christmas movie. He's wrong. Sorry. Actors can be wrong even if they're in the movie. Now, they might not have been like, oh, we're going to make a Christmas movie. I don't think they were thinking that while they were making it, but that's what they ended up with. I mean, it's a Christmas movie. It's an action movie, but it's a Christmas movie. But yeah, Die Hard is great. Like I said, love all the Love all the like Christmas references kind of thrown in throughout the setting. You've got just a fantastic protagonist in Bruce Willis's John McClane. You've got a phenomenal antagonist in Alan Rickman's Hans Gruber. You've got the great like bro, the great buddy with Reginald Vell Johnson's Al Powell. And then, oh man, I'm blanking on her name. Bonnie Bedelia. Yeah, playing Holly Gennaro McClane. She's really good in it. I don't really know her from anything else, but she's really good in the movie. And I don't know, I think Die Hard is just it's just like a top-notch, like top-tier action movie, and the Christmas stuff is like the icing on top, the, you know, Santa Claus hat on top, if you will. And so I don't really know. I don't have a whole lot of like commentary to add to the Die Hard discussion. I've made my argument. I think it's a phenomenal movie. The action is great. The intensity is great. The thrilling aspects of McClane and is he going to get caught? The endurance of that character is fun to watch. The banter with him and the bad guys, and then the banter with him and Al are great as well. And I just really think it's a fun movie. And I don't know, like it always gets me too. There's a couple of like really touching parts where, you know, one in which John McClane and Al are kind of connecting over, John being a father and Al a father to be, kind of connecting over that. There's a really touching part where John McClane is like coming to terms with like his own like faults and his own problems, and, you know, taking ownership of like messing up his marriage. And so and it's touching, like when you watch it and you're into the movie, like it's pretty moving. So I really appreciate those aspects too. Like it's a pure like full on action movie, but it also like it has some emotion to it. Like it has like the character building is really well done. It's efficient, and you like there's not a moment where like you don't want John McClane to win, you know? Like, yeah, he's a bit of a jerk, but like he's so endearing, and you're behind him for the family aspects, that so much so that like you really can like overlook how like much of he is a smart aleck, I guess you could say. I'm trying to keep the Christmas episode family friendly, but yeah, you know, what more could you ask for than to kill some bad guys in the name of Christmas, get those bad guys out of there and save some people's lives. Die Hard, great movie. I think it's a Christmas movie. I think it's undeniable. I think it's a top tier action movie. Now, like, okay, so I have this Christmas list on Letterboxd. We'll kind of like, I'll use Die Hard as a springboard. I have this Christmas movie ranking list on Letterboxd, and it's like, it's not really a ranking list like based off of what I rate the movie, because like I think Die Hard is like a 4.5 star out of 5 movie for me, 9 out of 10 if I'm remembering what I rate it correctly. But it's not like a top tier Christmas movie. It's like a middle of the road Christmas movie, and so it's like kind of somewhere like in the like top middle of my Christmas movie rankings, because Christmas movies, like when you think about what are the best ones, it is about like the vibe of the movie. How Christmassy is it? How strong are the Christmas themes? How strong is like the Christmas magic and the Christmas spirit? And, you know, Die Hard has the setting, it's got the music, it's got a little bit of the theme, but it's not like as strong as a lot of other movies. And so there's plenty of movies that like I have like rated a good bit lower than Die Hard just as a movie in general, but have it ranked higher on my Christmas list. So that kind of gives you an idea of like the way I think about Christmas movies and what makes a Christmas movie more or a better Christmas movie than others. It's got to have a lot of Christmas magic. It's got to have a lot of like Christmas theme and the family theme. It's got to have a lot of, it's just the vibes that you feel from it, you know? So those are my movies that I covered. The Star, didn't go for it a whole lot. Eloise at Christmastime, nostalgic, charming, cozy. And then But yeah, Die Hard. I mean, one of the best action movies of all time, probably. And it's streaming like everywhere right now. It's on Prime, it's on Hulu and Disney Plus, it's on Peacock Premium. So you can kind of go wherever to watch Die Hard or buy it, buy the Blu-ray. But I do hope everyone has a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. Stay safe out there with all the traveling. I know there's a lot of traveling around this time. So yeah, stay safe out there. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends. Get you a cup of hot chocolate like I have now, or a cup of hot coffee. It's nice, so I'm not going to be downing coffee right now. But yeah, enjoy some Christmas movies with your friends and family, and have a good time. And yeah, just enjoy some Christmas magic while you watch your Christmas movies this season. But that's all I have for this episode. I'm not sure when the next one will come out. It will be in the new year for sure, but I look forward to seeing you then. That's all we have for this week. I've been Eli Price, and you've been listening to The Establishing Shot. Merry Christmas, and we will see you next time.